voice Vegas, the hardest voice of sports. If you have not already liked this video, please do so now. Subscribe to my channel while you at it. Let's get to it. I want to talk about Malcolm Butler in detail. I didn't know it was this big of a deal. I kind of touched on it yesterday when I talked about how big of a douche Bill Belichick is and how he cut Taekwon Underwood the night before the Super Bowl back in 2011. So I personally, it didn't shock me. Where I'm shocked is people are dare criticizing the great Bill Belichick. I'm shocked. Normally, when Bill Belichick makes moves, it's no big deal. He's Belichick. He's above criticism. He must know something we don't. But people are actually criticizing him for once. And that's why I want to talk about this, because where was all this at when he got rid of Jamie Collins in the middle of the damn season? Where was all these questions at then? Where were all these questions at when he when he cut Taekwon Underwood a night before the Super Bowl? This is what I'm trying to say is like, so now because he didn't win the game, now we're going to question the bullshit that Belichick does? You act like Belichick don't be doing some bullshit and pulling off some fuckery and getting away with it for years. He been doing this for 20 years. How many great Patriot players has he let go? Look at Chandler Jones. I'm tired of talking about Asante's and freaking what's my man that he traded to Oakland? Richard Seymour. I'm tired of talking about guys like that. Look what he did to Chandler Jones. Y'all ain't had no pass rush to begin with. Got rid of Chandler Jones. Got rid of Jamie Collins. Now he benched Malcolm Butler, y'all best defender. Well, cornerback. For the past 3 years, you bench him in the Super Bowl. And here's what gets me with this whole Malcolm Butler thing. Anything short of domestic violence and committing murder like Aaron Hernandez, he plays in that Super Bowl. Y'all just gave up a bazillion yards to Nick Foles and the Eagles. You mean to tell me that he wouldn't have made a play one of them first downs? Last time I checked, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the greatness of Bill Belichick's defense, doesn't he like to put his number 2 corner on the number one corner and take his number 1 corner and put him on the number 2 wide receiver, a la Nelson Aguilar or Zach Ertz? What I'm trying to say is this. Hypothetically speaking, what if all week long, because I think I know how Bill Belichick works, because if you remember, Brandon Browner always guarded the opposing team's number 1 receiver, and then he put Revis on the number 2. So, unless I'm wrong, unless I'm crazy, didn't Malcolm Butler spend the whole week preparing to play against Alshon Jeffrey? And then when they started the game, it was Eric Rowe on Alshon Jeffrey. Now, I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I never coached in the NFL. All I did was play high school football. But correct me if I'm wrong. How in the blue hell do you practice with a guy all week long, and then an hour before the Super Bowl you find out he's not going to play? You're going to play with a guy who hasn't practiced all week? Eric Rowe's not getting the reps that Malcolm Butler was getting. He's not prepared. He doesn't know the game plan as well as Malcolm Butler did. Why in the hell an hour before the Super Bowl would you bench your starting cornerback who played the most snaps on your entire defense? Why now would you bench him an hour before the Super Bowl and then put a guy in who had no intentions of playing in the Super Bowl? He's all right, I might come in on a dime package. They might use me on special teams. Other than that, my ass is chilling. I'm going to watch Tom Brady get this 6th ring, and I'm going to laugh at these Eagles when they're crying on the sideline. That was Eric Rowe's mentality. And then he finds out he got to go guard Alshon Jeffrey? Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Ain't no way in hell. Listen, if Bill Belichick was going to bench Malcolm Butler, he should have sat his ass earlier that week and gave Eric Rowe them reps so he wouldn't look so damn lost on defense. Defense is about communication. All right? Everything in the secondary is about communication. Why does Stephon Gilmore suck so bad when he first got to New England the first month of the season, because he didn't know how to communicate with the rest of the secondary. He didn't get what Chung and McCourtney and Butler were trying to tell him because he was new to Belichick's system. But yet he's going to put the guy who was just on the Eagles a year ago, he's going to put him against the Eagles. They know how he plays. They know what he can and can't do. They know he was a liability. That's why they went out and torched his ass to start the game. Stephen Gilmore hasn't traveled all year. Bill Belichick never puts his number one corner on the best wide receiver. He always single covers a number two receiver and double teams a number one. But he couldn't do that because he benched Malcolm Butler. You mean to tell me Malcolm Butler couldn't make one play on third down? The Eagles were 12 for 18 on third or fourth down. Malcolm Butler couldn't make one play? Not one? They had Patrick Chung in the slot. He's a fucking safety. You want him to cover Nelson Aguilar, one of the fastest wide receivers in football? You want him to cover Nelson Aguilar in the slot? Give me a break, man. See, this is why this is another reason I'm happy the Patriots won. They lost because had they won, it's the genius of Bill Belichick. He started Eric Rowe over Malcolm Butler because Eric Rowe knows the Eagles. He knows their offense. Let's praise Bill Belichick. No. Stop getting rewarded for doing dumb shit. Bill Belichick's defense got lit up by Nick Foles. What is my favorite saying? Dumb shit happens to dumb people because dumb people do dumb shit. And at the end of the day, that was the dumbest shit you could possibly do is divide your locker room, divide your team before the Super Bowl. That whole defense is probably looking at Bill Belichick like, are you serious? You're going to put your ego ahead of the team? You're not going to give us our best 11 right now on defense? It's the Super Bowl. And on top of that, you telling us this now? Let the man suit up. He's going through warm-ups. He's ready to ball. And on top of that, whatever happened to loyalty? The guy just won you a Super Bowl 2 years ago. He won you a Super Bowl versus Seattle. And this how you treat him? You bring in a guy from Buffalo who you shit on 2 times a year. You bring that guy in and give him $45-50 million guaranteed and don't give Butler a dime. You don't even trade Butler so he can get paid somewhere else. What the hell did Malcolm Butler do to Bill Belichick to get treated like this? This is why I can never root for the Patriots. And I'm sure there's going to be Patriot fans that come into my comment section and defend Bill Belichick like they always do. Like they couldn't use Chandler Jones. Like they couldn't use Jamie Collins in that Super Bowl. But oh no, in Belichick we trust. If Belichick said the sky was yellow and purple, damn it, it's yellow and purple. That's how Patriot fans think. Tom Brady can do no wrong and Bill Belichick's always right. That's how these Patriot fans think. These robots, that's how they think. But at the end of the day, like I said, whatever Malcolm Butler did, it couldn't have been that bad if you let his ass practice all week long. It's just like, I don't even know what to say. Because it's like, your defense is, you just gave up 41 points to Nick Foles. And you had arguably your best defender on the sidelines. Alshon Jeffrey didn't catch a pass in the second half. You know who did? Aguilar, Ertz. You got ate up by everybody else. You had Chung playing out of position. McCourtney can only guard one of them. You mean to tell me I couldn't use Malcolm Butler on one of them third downs? They had Zach Ertz lined up as an isolated receiver. They lined up in trips. They had Zach Ertz isolated on the island. You mean to tell me Malcolm Butler couldn't have played that fucking slant? Do you not see what happened against Seattle? You mean to tell me Malcolm Butler wouldn't have jumped that slant to Zach Ertz? Hello? I'm not a Patriot fan. I'm happy y'all lost. But damn it, if that was my Giants, I cursed out McAdoo for benching fucking Jenkins and Cromartie in fucking regular season games. Had he did some shit like that at the Super Bowl, me and my boys be on our way to Minnesota to handle some business. McAdoo wouldn't have made it back to New York had that been my fucking team. Ain't no fucking way in hell. That's what I'm trying to say. Bullshit is bullshit is bullshit is bullshit is bullshit. You can't spray perfume on shit and expect it to smell better. I don't care what Malcolm Butler did. he plays in that Super Bowl. Anything less of pulling a Ray Rice or Aaron Hernandez, he plays in that Super Bowl. I ain't got nothing else to say. Real talk. And I can't wait to drop my End of the Patriots Dynasty video. I gotta push it back because of punk ass LeBron and this Malcolm Butler shit. But when I drop my End of the Patriot Dynasty video, the way Bill Belichick treat people is gonna be a large part of it. Alright? That's it, that's all. My name is Fisk Vegas, and I approve this message.